What's up, guys? Welcome back to our video. In today's video, we're going to be deciding who is going to dethrone every current active champion in the WWE main roster, not NXT. Because I don't watch NXT. Sorry, predicting who is going to dethrone every current active champion on the main roster. This is a monthly series, so comment down below, who do you think is going to dethrone a champion? Without further ado, let's jump into it. First up, we have the Women's Tag Team Championship. The current champions are Rhea Ripley and Io Sky. They were the champions in the last video as well. And in the last video, I predicted that Liv Morgan and Roxanne Perez were gonna beat Rio for the tag titles at Saturday night's main event. They didn't end up doing that. Now that Liv Morgan's going after the women's world title, I'm going to change my pick here. I'm going to say Lash Legend and Nia Jax defeat Rio on this upcoming episode of Friday Night SmackDown, which for you guys, it's either tonight or tomorrow night. One of those. This is being recorded on Thursday night, so. And yeah, if they want to have Rhea and Io go off their separate ways after titles, you kind of have to have the Irresistible Forces win the tag team titles. Next up is the World Tag Team titles, the tag titles over on Monday Night Raw. In the last video, and still, the tag team champions are Jimmy and Jay, the Usos. And I thought having the Usos win the tag team titles was going to revive the tag team division. Nope, they are still doing absolutely nothing with this division. In the last video, I said the team of Bronson Reed and Austin Theory would dethrone the Usos. Now, after the Bronson Reed injury, I have to pivot here. I'm not pivoting much. I'm just going to say Logan Paul and Austin Theory beat the Usos. That's like the only tag team I can think of other than New Day, which Xavier Woods is injured, so can't really be him. Yeah, these are like the only tag team that I can think of right now. Next up are the WWE Tag Team Championships. In the last video, the champions were the Wyatt Six, and I said they would eventually lose the titles to the MFT, and they did. They lost the titles to MFT, I think, was this in Berlin? I think this was in Berlin, when they captured the tag team titles. So now, who I think is going to dethrone the MFT, funny enough, the Wyatt Six. Because the SmackDown Tag Division is dead. Because they're not doing anything with it. So, just drop it right back to the Wyatts. Next up is the Women's Intercontinental Championship. In the last video, and still the current champion is not Maxine Dupree, no more, is Becky Lynch. She's in a feud right now with AJ Lee. She has a match with AJ Lee coming up this Saturday at the Elimination Chamber. And I do think that's where she is going to drop the championship to AJ Lee in Chicago. I've been sticking with AJ Lee defeating Becky Lynch for the title, so I'm just going to stick with it. Next up is the Women's United States Championship. And boy, are they doing absolutely nothing with this championship. In the last video, and still the champion is Julia. Well, now, guys, she's getting TV time, so we should be happy about that. She's actually seems like she's starting a feud with Io Sky. In the last video, I said Jordynne Grace would eventually dethrone Julia. Jordynne Grace is mixed with the world title picture. I don't think that's going to be happening. So I'm going to say Io Sky dethrones Julia at WrestleMania. That's my guess. That's like the only option they have to get that title on WrestleMania. And that is if Io Sky goes after Julia. Next up is the Intercontinental Championship on the men's side. In the last video, and still the current champion, is Dominic Mysterio. Literally doing nothing with the championship. He does have an upcoming match against Penta for the Intercontinental title, but I don't think he's going to lose to Penta. I'm going to stick with my guess and say Finn Balor will dethrone Dominic Mysterio for the Intercontinental Championship. But I also have a feeling that Penta Balor will cost Mysterio the title on Raw next week to Penta, so That also could happen. Next up is the United States Championship. The current champion is Carmelo Hayes. He was the champion in the last video. He's been doing a lot. It's been mostly the open challenge stuff, and then with the tag team, like the 8 to 10-man tag team match. But I said in the last video that Trick Williams would end up dethroning Carmelo Hayes for the U.S. title, and I'm gonna stick with that. I think in some way, Trick Williams wins the U.S. title at WrestleMania. I guess I don't know. There's not really much to go off of when it comes to this title right now. Next up is the Women's World Championship. In the last video, and still the champion, is Stephanie Vaquer. She is now involved in a feud now with Liv Morgan, the Women's Royal Rumble winner. And that's who I think is going to take the title. Liv Morgan. I said it in the last video as well. I do think Liv Morgan is going to win the championship at WrestleMania. Next up is the WWE Women's Championship. In the last video, and is still the champion, is Jade Cargill. She defended the title once against Jordynne Grace in a decent match. But in the last video, I said Bianca Belair would be the one to dethrone Jade Cargill. Seeing then, Bianca just had her surgery for her finger, and she's still healing. I don't think Bianca Belair is going to be beating Jade Cargill at WrestleMania or even facing Jade Cargill at WrestleMania. I think Jade Cargill will lose the title to the Women's Elimination Chamber winner, Rhea Ripley. I think it's the only other option other than Charlotte, which is not in the chamber, and then obviously Bianca Belair. Well, next up is the World Heavyweight Championship, but the picture's not there. I don't know why. But in the last video, and still the champion is CM Punk. He's been a fighting champion. He's beaten Braun Breaker, Finn Balor, and AJ Styles. He has a match coming up against Finn Balor at the Chamber. But in the last video, I said it was going to be Braun Breaker to beat him, which on the first episode of Raw the New Year. But I'm definitely pivoting now, and I do think Roman Reigns is going to beat CM Punk, especially since they have their WrestleMania main event match. That's if Finn Balor doesn't win at the Chamber, which I don't think he's gonna. But the OTC is definitely gonna win back a title for sure. And finally is the Undisputed Championship. In the last video, the champion was Cody Rhodes, and I thought he was going to lose it at WrestleMania to the Rumble winner, Roman Reigns. That was my prediction. But no, a swerve happened, and he lost it to Drew McIntyre in Berlin. Oh my God. But now we got to decide who's going to, we got to think who's going to dethrone Drew McIntyre for the championship. And I do think it's going to be Randy Orton. I know people are going to say, oh no, it's going to be Cody, it's going to be Cody. And I think it's probably going to be Cody. But I think Randy has a chance to win the Chamber. Jacob still has his match with Drew, and I feel like Drew's going to find a way to cheat. And Jacob would get inserted into that, making it a triple threat at Mania. And I think Cody Rhodes just uses his power to get into the match to make it a fatal 4-way at a WrestleMania to have Randy Orton win the title. If you guys enjoyed that video, hit the like button, subscribe if you're new, comment down below. Who do you think is going to dethrone the champions? And I'll see you guys in tomorrow's video.